What is good, everybody? This is the movie poster project and how to do it. The movie posters should have each of the following items in them. And as we go to do this work, what you're going to do is go to the web application pixlr.com. And when you come here, you don't log in, you don't sign in, you don't pay any money. Just go to Pixlr E to begin. And if you haven't worked on this already, you click Create New, and then what I've been choosing to make the poster on is this template right here, HD 1080 by 1080. It is a square, but it is a good option for making this project because it's a nice big size, even though most movie posters are not square. So now I've decided what I'm going to do is I can build this from scratch using some illustration tools inside the program. But what I really want to do is grab the real logo and images from my movie. So rather than not going to just duplicate what already exists, I'm going to try to adapt it, remix it, make it my own. So if I go up here to the title, I'm going to do Back to the Future, and I'm looking for the logo for the movie, and I'm clicking on images inside Google here. And if you look, when you select images in Google, you'll see, and you hover, you'll see the size of the image right here. And this one says 471 by 215. That is sadly quite small. So is that one. This one at 1485 by 856 is a really nice size for what we're going to do. So I'm going to two-finger click on my trackpad or right-click on my mouse and choose Save Image As and download that picture. And then once I do that, I can go back to Pixlr and do the following steps. In the Layer menu, choose Add Image as Layer. It brings me to my downloaded stuff. Here's my logo. Click Choose, and it opens up right inside there. Now, what I happen to have downloaded is a PNG file, which has no background. So that's super good for me because I can add anything to it, and you can see it's not going to have a big white or black or other color background to interfere. Now, I went ahead and grabbed some more images, and what I want to do next is add the car from the movie. So I'm going to go to, again, the Layer menu, choose Add Image as Layer, and then go in my downloaded images and find the car. This is the time machine from Back to the Future. As you can see, it's too big, and a lot of people freak out when they see this. But if you just simply zoom out, you can see there are edges that you can grab, click on, and drag to make smaller what you have there. So now I'm going to bring my car and decide how big do I want it to be. So as I move it, you'll also notice that, hey, Mr. Scalzo, this is covering up the logo. What the heck? Well, that is because the program like this, it uses layers to allow us to add multiple images. So what we do is go to this menu over here, the Layer menu, click on the title layer, drag it up. Now the title is nicely placed on top of the car image. Let's grab one more image that I might have here. Add image as layer in the Layer menu. And I'm going to grab, I grabbed a photo of an action figure of my lead character, Marty. So once again, I'm going to zoom out because the picture is too big for the poster size. So I'm going to shrink it down, and I'm just clicking and dragging to make it that small. Now your screen might be super small. I know on a Chromebook it is. On other computers it might be too. Make sure you're always zooming in to see things as big as you can. And as we're done with that, you can see he's covering up the car quite a bit there. So what I want to do is cut away the background. One way to cut away the background is to just use an eraser tool and go in, and you can start just wiping away what was there in the background. And you're only affecting that one layer. Now, don't scribble with the eraser or go too fast because this is a lot of work for the internet and your computer, etc. So just take your time. Now, another way to do this more efficiently is to choose this lasso tool. Click here on the polygon version, zoom in on your thing that you want to cut away, and then just click. And you click as along the way, making the shape of the thing that you're cutting. And this allows you to make eventually you can cut away an entire area. You go back to the beginning. When it shimmers like that, you can click the backspace key on your keyboard and it takes away that background. Then do deselect, select your arrow tool again, and then you have your capabilities are back. Another thing I might want to do in the background is add a color. How do you do like a whole blank color in the background? Well, here's your color picker. I'm selecting this royal blue. I really like it for this scene. And then I click on this fill tool. It looks like a paint bucket spilling paint. And when you go to the picture and you click and you're on that correct layer, you get that color. The last thing I want to do is work on, hey, how would I add that tagline we were talking about? So I'm choosing the text tool, the letter T. It says add text layer. I say add. And then down here, you can see the color is the same as the background. That's not going to work. Mostly for what you're doing, text should be white, everybody. So go to your color picker, choose the top right corner, and select white text. Now I'm going to highlight my text. This comes right from the original poster. Now, as you can see, that text is huge. It's way too big. So we're going to go up here. We're going to highlight it all, just like we would in Docs, and then choose the size option here and slide it down till it fits on like 2 lines. And we might put it at the bottom of the page, but we might also put it at the top of the page. Fix your spacing, use proper punctuation. All of this stuff is important. Let's try moving it up to the top, and then maybe we'll shift the title down so it fits a little bit further below. Always use your arrow tool to move things around. Also in the font, you can, you highlight it all, the font picker, when you have the text tool chosen, is right here. We have it set to Arial, and you got a lot of options here. But remember, your text is meant to be read, so you don't want your text to be weird looking. Lastly, when you're done, you can hit save, and it'll download a copy of your piece to your Chromebook. This is important if you're going to come back to this and you don't always use the same Chromebook. So JPEG is good, but for saving the project to keep working on, you want the PXD version of the project, and then click download. When you're fully finished, you would save that PXD, but then also save a JPEG of it so you can have access to it to turn in as work. So once again, it's File, Save, and then JPEG at 100%, and you'll have that copy of the picture to turn in as a finished project. When you're done in Pixlr, you can click the home icon. It brings you back, and then if you want to preserve your piece there, click the little heart icon to stick it up here in the top list. You can see I've done a lot of stuff in Pixlr, and it works pretty well when it works pretty well.